This is my second video on the Linux Mint Cinnamon Spices. Spices are additional features that can be added to the Cinnamon desktop to either change the appearance or add additional features and functions. As a reminder, this is the location of the home page where you can get additional information on Cinnamon Spices. In the first video, I covered desklets, which are little programs that reside on the desktop, and they're very similar to Android widgets. The example I used was the calendar that can read from your Google Calendar and display it either on a completely transparent background or one with color. I also covered a couple of applets that reside on the panel that Windows would call the taskbar. One example was installing a radio app that lets us listen to radio stations from around the world. The other was a weather app that tells us current weather and a forecast. But now let's get into the actions. Actions add additional functions to the context menu for the file browser. Let's click on Actions. And we can see that we can install actions in one of two ways. Either by downloading the action from our page here and decompressing it, and this gives us our file location, or we can go into Actions in the System Settings. The example I want to show you is Convert File. This allows us to change the format of a graphic, an audio, or a video from one format to another. Now, personally, for audios, I tend to use Audacity. Videos, I use AVI Demux, but the images section is very helpful. One side comment, you'll notice there's an ICO format here. That's an icon format used by Windows, and in the event that you have a graphic that you want to use on a Windows computer that you may have in your household or work area, you can convert from a JPEG or a PNG to the Windows ICO and use it on a Windows computer. We're going to do something a little bit different here. I want to change from a PDF to a JPEG. I'm going to digress a little bit here, and let's create a hypothetical situation. Let's say I am the scoutmaster of a Boy Scout troop. We want to take the scouts on a whitewater rafting trip, so I've downloaded a catalog in PDF format from the internet. We've gotten together as a group and have looked at all the options and have made a final decision as to what we'd like to do. Now it's time to write up the minutes and document the decision. My personal preference is to take any attachments and insert them in line into the minutes so that we have one document with all the information in it, and we don't have to go searching for a separate file. Now, this is a PDF catalog that I've downloaded. Most word processors do not allow you to insert PDFs directly. I've tried Microsoft Office 2024. I've tried OnlyOffice. I've tried Microsoft365.com and Google Docs, and none of them allow direct inserting of a PDF. The one exception that I did find is LibreOffice. It does allow you to insert a PDF directly. So I'm going to open up a LibreOffice document and let's try it. Here I've gone split screen. On the left, I've got the File Manager and I've opened up the web catalog in PDF format. On the right-hand side, I've got the LibreOffice Writer and I've started to write up meeting minutes documenting the decision. So on one of the pages, I would like to insert in line a graphic showing the specifics of what we decided on. So let's just try something here. Let's do an insert image. And we'll go to the folder containing the web catalog. We'll open it. And we've inserted the very first page from the catalog. But that's all it inserted. So we're going to have to somehow break this into individual pages. One way to do that is in the PDF viewer, where we can do a file, print to file, and select each page one at a time and save it separately. But the Linux Mint actions can help us to do that automatically. Let me show you how. Going back to the Actions page in the Cinnamon Spices, I'm going to demonstrate Convert File. Now recall, we do have the option of either downloading it, compressing it, manually installing it, or we can go to the System Settings and click Actions. To be honest, I had difficulty with this specific program. It worked sometimes, did not work other times. And in reading the comments, other people apparently had some difficulty also. There's a contributor who came up with a variation on this, and I found this worked consistently. Also, some additional image file formats have been added, so this is the route we're going to take. There are dependencies that have to be installed first. Then we can do the download. I'm going to go split screen, and let's do that. The instructions tell us that we first need to install the dependencies before we download the app. So we have a series of dependencies here that we can install either one at a time or all at once. We'll highlight this command, which will copy it into the clipboard. We'll go over to the terminal and press down on the mouse wheel, and that will paste it into the terminal. You'll probably have to enter your password the first time you do this. Now our list of available packages has been updated. We can highlight, which will copy that command line, go over to the terminal, paste by pressing down on the scroll wheel, hit enter. And because I've already done this a few times, everything is updated to the latest version. Now we're ready to download the action itself. I'm going to go split screen, and on the right hand side, I'll show the file manager. Now for the location of where we want to put it, let's go back up here. On the Actions page, we can see that we need to download any actions to the home, which is the tilde, .local folder, share subfolder, Nemo subfolder, and Actions subfolder. So if we go over to File Manager, we don't see a .local folder. That's because it's a hidden directory. Control H will display hidden directories. So we can go to Local, Share, Nemo, Actions. So let's go back into our Convert Image format, and we'll download, Save As, and I've already gone to Edward.local, Share, Nemo, Actions, and Save. So on the right hand side, we're looking at our File Manager. Let's click that. We can extract that app in the same location, extract, and we'll close. Now, since we've extracted the information from the zip file, the compressed file format file, we can simply select that and delete it. So that's the hard part. Let's try the easy part now. In our folder containing the catalog, I'm going to right-click that file, and we can see that we've now added an additional command in our menu, convert images to another format. I'm going to click that, and it's going to allow us to change the default on our conversion. If we want PNG, that's one option. We can also go straight to JPEG. Change the resolution. 300 dots per inch is really good for inserting into a text document. And we can select the range of pages by putting in the first and the last. I'm just going to do everything for demonstration purposes and click OK. It's going to create a folder for us with the same name as the individual file. Let's open that up. And here we are. We've completed all 25 of our JPEG conversions. We're now able to insert any or all of those into our text document. So I'll go split screen again. We're back in split screen. I've got File Manager on the left, the LibreOffice document on the right. Let's come down here to our second page, and if I do an insert image, go back to the documents and look in our folder, we can select page 6, for example, if that's the one we want, open, and now that JPEG is inserted. If we choose to, we can simply, again, having gone split screen, we can simply take that JPEG, drag and drop, and insert it right into our LibreOffice Writer document. So that's how to take an image file and convert it to a different format. I hope that wasn't too confusing. You may have to watch this once or twice because there are multiple steps involved. But again, I hope you find this useful.